What do you think about my Vic? Cool, right? You know, I started this 6 months ago, and this began as a DIY project, something I wanted to do myself. But after spending weeks of working on the car, screwing it up, and having to go out and buy more material, I finally bit the bullet, paid the price, and went to a pro and had them do the job. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the lessons that I learned over the past 6 months on getting my Crown Vic wrapped. So come on, let's get started. Obviously, with a wrap, you get to change the color of your car, but a vinyl wrap gives you way more options than just color. In fact, you can choose a pattern, a texture, and even different sheens as well. For this wrap, I went to Metro Restyling, and they custom printed this, which is called a Jumbo Blue Urban Camo. And I went with the blue camo simply because the factory color of the car is Sonic Blue Pearl, and I was avoiding the contrast that you typically see with other wraps when you open the door, the trunk, or the hood. Also, this camo wrap has elements of black in it, and I wanted to integrate the mirrors, the grille, the door handles, the sail panel, those elements into the wrap so it's a little more coordinated and integrated. Now, the vinyl for this car came in a 5-foot roll, and I ordered 60 feet of material, so that gave me 300 square feet of vinyl wrap. The Crown Vic has 247 square feet of surface area, but I needed the extra material for stretching around the curves and the corners of the car. Before I could begin laying the vinyl, I needed to prep the paint surface first, but just like a good paint job, the prep is the key here. But after 11 years, the paint finish on my Vic needed a lot of help. I clay barred the body, then buffed with 2 different foam pads, then washed the car down with dish soap to remove all the wax residue. Now, because the vinyl lays really flat, I had to wet sand even the smallest spots, like where the clear coat was peeling up. Afterwards, I removed the body panels, including the front and rear bumpers, the door handles, the trim around the doors, the mirrors too. So after spending countless hours of prepping the bodywork and removing the body panels and spending weeks trying to wrap the car myself and screwing it up enough times that I had to go out and buy additional material, I got so frustrated and aggravated that I decided just to pay the money and send it out to a professional. So I found 4 different shops in my area that do car wrappings. After visiting those 4 shops, I later discovered that they don't necessarily do the wrappings themselves. Their employees aren't the ones that are wrapping the car. They actually outsource it, where a professional comes into their shop, does the wrappings, but that shop represents the job as their own. And that's exactly what I didn't want. I didn't want to pay a middleman to do the job. I didn't want to spend the extra money to pay a shop for them to pay another individual to do the job for them. And this is what's so significant about those 247 square feet of surface area that I mentioned earlier. Now, when they price out the job to wrap a car, it's based on the total surface area. So that 247 square feet times $16 a foot gives me a $4,000 job. And there was no way I'm dropping that much money on this car. It's just not worth it. And that was also my thinking behind doing as much of the prep and body removal work as I can to try to offset some of that cost. So what did it cost to wrap this car? Well, the material cost $1,000. But remember, I tried to do it myself. I screwed it up. I had to buy more material, and that was $250. And then the labor from Manny to do the job was another $1,300. So all in all, I'm around $2,500 or so. But I wanted to do something extra. I wanted to do a little more, and I wanted to do something special with the roof. And that's where I had the American flag laid on it. And the cost of doing the American flag and the base and the decal and the bodywork that was necessary, because I had all kinds of sticker residue and shadows and a big mess on the roof, cost another $600. So all in all, I'm a little over $3,000 to get this car wrapped. So the cost of wrapping this car was around $3,000. I spent another $125 or so doing a transmission service on this car when I first got it. So all in, I'm somewhere around the $3,200 mark for this 2006 Crown Vic with 107,000 miles on it. Now, I got this car for free, and if you remember from some of my earlier videos, last year I bought 4 of these Vics at an auction. I sold 3 of them, and by selling 3, I paid for the cost of all 4 of them. So in essence, this car didn't cost me anything other than what I put into it so far. So I think I'm upside down on this car, and it's exactly where I don't want to be. But once I started this project, and with Manny and paying him to do the job for me, it's just where I had to be, where I ended up at. So I hope this video helped you. I hope it gave you some understanding of the cost and the process of wrapping a car. I hope it gave you some guidance and guidelines too. If you have any questions or thoughts or comments about a wrap or this car, hit me up below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.